Good afternoon to all of my dear friends, colleagues, and students. This is a great pleasure and honor to be here again in the third International Harkan Physio 2020. Today, we are here to discuss about the importance of stretching and strengthening in the daily life and sports. Am I audible? So, before going to the stretching and strengthening, the most important part is health. So we should know what is health actually. How we can define ourselves that we are healthy and we are fit. So health doesn't mean that the absence of sickness. Once we are not sick, it doesn't mean that we are healthy. So the health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. This is very important to know that we are healthy. So once we are not having any symptoms, any fever or any other conditions, like it's alarming us that no, we are not having any symptoms, so we are healthy. But it doesn't mean that actually. It's a combine. It's a complete package. To be healthy, we have to take care of our physical, mental, and social well-being. Then only we can say no, we are healthy. So physical activity. So here, what we feel that once someone is doing their job, they think that I'm performing my exercises. No, that is wrong. Exercise is different part, and your job, your work is different. Suppose some people is working in the any company or any factory, or being a physio, we are treating the patients whole day. So we are thinking that we are doing exercises. No, that is wrong. We are not exercising. That is our strength, our power, our muscles, our musculoskeletal system, your brain system, like it's a combine. All the systems are putting your effort, but actually you are using your energy to fulfill your job, to fulfill your demand of the task. But actually that is not exercise. So to do exercise, to be fit, to be healthy, you must go for exercise apart from your whatever the assigned task or your job is there. So that is totally different from your exercise. So to be fit, to be healthy, we must exercise. In that, your physical well-being is important, your mental well-being is important, and your social well-being or environmental well-being is very very important to be healthy. So here, if you see, what is fitness? Once you see the fitness is not just about being able to do sit up and run fast. That is also we have like misconception that once someone is able to sit up and run fast, then he or she is fit. No, fitness is the ability to meet the demands of the environment. Like what? So your environment is everything around you. For example, you are performing your task, you are going to school, your family, your friends, all of them make demands on you as per your task, as per your ability to fulfill the criteria, like going to school, going to job, going to hospital, going to clinic, going to do your shopping, whatever. So that all includes your the ability to, so whatever the demand is there, according to that we must fulfill that demand. That is called your environmental demand. surrounding you. So meeting the demands means carrying out tasks and activities. So whatever the task, whatever the demand is there, according to that, we must complete the demand, that is your tasks and activities. If you can carry out these tasks and activities without getting too tired and still have energy to fulfill, to come over the emergencies, then you are fit. So this is what we have to understand about your fitness and about our healthiness. Otherwise we are not healthy, otherwise we are not uh, fit. So many of we as a physio, if I'll ask only one thing, that are we fit, are we healthy, are we doing exercises? So you all can ask your own self that no, how many of we are exercising every day in daily life, how many of we are fit. Being a physio, as our duty, as our role, as our challenges every day in the life, to make others fit, to make others healthy. And if we are not healthy, if we are not fit, then definitely we cannot do anything. We cannot fulfill the demands of our body. We cannot do anything related to our tasks. So if again you see, the fitness is a blend of number of different physical qualities. So fitness is a blend of number of different physical qualities. It means physical fitness is only one area of total fitness. Other are includes like mental, social, and emotional fitness. So it's not like, suppose we are able to carry some weights, we are able to fulfill our demands physically, we are fit. No. So it's a complete and combined a package of being physical, mental, social, and emotional fitness. So we have to understand all these criteria. We have to understand what is the benefit and what is the lack of all these, like mental, social, and emotional fitness as well. Why? Because nowadays, if you see, many people are in stress. Most of the news coming every day, that's uh, people are committing suicide, people are depressed, people are having some mental challenges, physical challenges. So in this kind of status and environment, we must understand that what is the actual facts behind being fit. So suppose your body is fit, but you're mentally you are not fit. Psychologically, you have lots of stress. Emotionally, you are stressed. Emotionally, you are depressed. So where is the fitness actually, and where is the health actually? Where we are healthy? So we must understand the fitness. Actually, it's combined and total, being stress free, being tension free, physically fit, flexibility, and strength, power, energy, and stress. So all these factors are leading us to be fit, be healthy. We must understand again, fitness is constantly changing and is influenced by many factors. So what are the factors are there? Weakness is one fitness area may keep you from improving in the other areas. So it's like there is complete many factors. So physical fitness is made up of 11 different parts of the components. Five are the health related and six are your skill related. So just imagine here, we are just thinking that my power is okay, I'm fit, but what about other factors? We have to understand and we have to work out on that. Being a physio, we have to counsel our patient, we have to give the strength, emotional strength, psychological strength, positivity to our patients, so that they can understand you, they can understand the value and importance of our rehabilitation, our counseling, our exercises. our positivity, our positive energy, so that they can cope up from all those emotional and environmental stress, and we can lead them towards the fitness and towards the healthy environment for your daily life and for the sports person as well. So, what is the link between the health and fitness? It's very important to understand, because if one factor is okay, the second factor is not fulfilled, it means that still we are not healthy at all. So, what are the links? That health and fitness are closely linked, definitely. It's very important to understand. You can't be healthy without being fit enough to meet the demands of the environment, right? If you think that I am healthy but I am not fit, if I am fit but I am not healthy, so it's interlinked. So if you check the all the factors, then you will come to know that no, it's very important to uh, be you know adjust your all the factors, all the components, then only we can understand the value. Now I will show you something here. However, it is possible to be fit but not healthy. Yes, this is very true. I am fit, but I am not healthy. I am healthy, but I am not fit. Many patients coming to us and they are saying, no, I don't have any symptoms. I don't have any disease. Uh, I'm all right. I'm doing my job. I'm driving the car. I'm going for long drive. My job is there 4 hours. I have to drive every day, and I have to work on computer for 8 hours or 10 hours. But it's okay. But the problem, I have pain. The pain is in the neck or the lower back because of my job nature. They think like that because I am driving, but actual factors are something else. My boss is very giving lots of pressure in my job profile, and I cannot cope up. So those stress is leading to your stiffness. Those stress are changing your all chemical reaction in your body from your brain, and it's circulating to your whole body cells, and which leads for your depression, psychological stress, and stiffness in the muscles. But still you don't have any symptoms of pain or any condition, so you'll feel no, I'm healthy. But if you see it from the inside, you will find that. So being a physio here, we understand all those factors, and we definitely cure the patients by looking on all the aspects of those, like being healthy and fit. So it's, if you are going to check all the factors, definitely you will find what is the job profile. Why we are asking to the patients that what is your job profile, how long you are working on computer or whatever the job you are having. So taking the history of the patients, knowing about the job profile, knowing about the environmental status, we come to the conclusion, no, this is the chances of this, like there is chances of stress, there is chances of stiffness, there is chances of any other musculoskeletal conditions, psychological stress, nerve involvement. People are complaining with the numbness, tingling. So many factors. I'm not going to uh, discuss detail about any conditions, because my topic is the importance and importance of strengthening and strengthening. So we will focus on that. But slowly we have to understand those side factors and subgroups also, because this is important factors to come with and cope up with to be fit and healthy. So if you see here, you can physically manage your everyday task, and that is what I was telling about. But you are constantly depressed about being not good at anything. Yes, we have challenges and we have to fulfill. We are every day we are taking challenges and we are trying to fulfill, but still completing the task and managing the task, both are different. We are trying to manage, and we are happily with positive energy, with enthusiasm, with full power, we are completing our task. That is the different, and somehow we are trying to manage our task is totally different. So that is what leading. If you are just trying to manage, it means somewhere you have some stress, somewhere you have some difficulties, in managing the task, but we must, because being a job professionals, we are treating the patients. For other professionals, they are trying, they have some tasks, they have some projects to manage, they have to manage, but somewhere they are struggling, right? Remember, health is complete physical, social, and mental well-being. So if you are completely physically, socially, and mentally fit, then you are healthy. Otherwise, we are not healthy at all. If any part of from three is missing, it means somewhere, somehow, we are struggling. So we have to understand, we must understand that what is the value, what is the importance of physical exercises, what is the importance of our healthy and fitness and flexibility and strength is going to play the role in our being fit and healthy. We'll see here again. So components of fitness, if I'll show you here, if you see here, it's a very important. See now. So health related fitness and skill related fitness. Now in health related, we are focusing on cardiovascular, aerobic fitness and stamina. Now strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, or suppleness, and body composition. In skill related, if you see agility, balance, coordination, speed, reaction, time, and power. So, if you think about all these components, health related and skill related. For example, being a physio, we don't have lifts in many buildings and we have to climb the stairs. So after third floor, fourth floor, we cannot go because we feel that we cannot breathe properly or heart is not pumping the blood. We need some rest, and after that, because of lack of cardiovascular fitness and stamina, so there we are struggling. Strength, many our physios are not having power to handle the patients in the long-term care in the ICU because of the neuro cases, or if you see the challenges. So we need the strength, endurance, flexibility, how much flexible we are physically. We have to understand, we have to check, because see, it's a very important to know that once the flexibility is there, you can strengthen your muscles, your power, your muscles will give support to perform our task. Agility, balance, coordination, speed, reaction time, and power. It's all is important to in the daily life as well as sports. If I'm talking about the sports, so definitely this is the very big priority to be flexible, to be having strength, cardiovascular fitness, agility, balance, all these components. Without this, it's difficult to fulfill your task. Without this, it's difficult to complete your task, and you cannot play in a sports. But even in the daily life, we cannot perform our task if you are not fulfilling all these component of the fitness. So we have to understand the value of these all components in our daily life. And if you are a sports physio, you are training the people who is playing the sports. Even nowadays, in schools also, it's very mandatory components to go with the Fit India challenge, and the task are assigning by the government as well to fulfill the demand of the sports kids as well, because if you are not looking on all these factors, then there is no fitness as well. So we must understand these uh, components. So it's in detail like cardiovascular fitness. I'm not going to describe in detail about the each and every part, but in the brief, I can say the ability. What is cardiovascular fitness? Is the ability to exercise the whole body for prolonged period of time. Like I was giving the example of your climbing the stairs. So for the third floor or fourth floors. After that, you will feel that no, I demand, I cannot, my heart is not coping up, my lungs is not pumping. So all these things, oxygen is lack of oxygen. I need to breathe. I need to stop. I need to take rest, and after that, I can again go. So this is the value of your cardiovascular fitness. If you are exercising every day, definitely your your heart and lungs will be fit and they will fulfill your the demand of the body. Now coordination, the mixing of different ability into the smooth execution of the task. As we are practicing every day, if your nerve is injured and your coordination is not proper, you cannot execute the task. So that is the importance of coordination. We have seen in the uh, neuro cases like stroke or nerve injuries and other spinal cord injuries. Muscular endurance refers to the capacity of the muscles or group of muscles to work continuously. Yes, of course. As I told, we have to treat the patient, but after seeing 10 patients in a day, we are feeling that tired. We cannot treat more. But if the challenge is for see 20 patients, we are struggling. So we must understand that no, we have to be fit. Speed, the quickness with which one is able to move the body from one point to another. That is your in sports. If you see the football players are running and dribbling and dribbling and all these activities require the speed. If your speed is slow, you cannot reach to the ball. Agility, yes, the ability to change the direction accurately and quickly, which is very important in sports. If you cannot be agile, then definitely you cannot catch your opponent. Flexibility and suppleness, which is very, very important here again, refers to the range of motion at the joint. It seems like range of motion only, but the value of this flexibility and supplements is very, very, very important. I am seeing here patients who all are suffering with the low back pain, neck pain, muscle spasm, cervicalgia, spondylosis, and disc issues. But ultimately, once you go in very deep findings, what you will find that there is very, very lack of flexibility. So once your muscles are flexible, there won't be any kind of stiffness, and once there is no stiffness, the pain. Even though you will not believe that with the flexibility, like stretching, we relieve lots of pain and stress. I will discuss later in these slides. So the power, the ability to produce strength performances quickly. Yes, if you have power, you can produce the strength performance. Reaction time, the ability to respond to a given stimulus. We know that how to react immediately. Strength, the ability of a muscle or muscles group to apply force and overcome resistance. If you don't have strength, you cannot treat the patient. So we must have strength to fulfill the our task and our job or demands for whole day. Body composition refers to the proportions of lean body mass and the fat. Yes, if you are fulfilling this body composition like BMI, we have to be healthy, and we should know the uh, role of this body composition like your fat and lean body mass ratio. If you are very fatty or you are very lean, so both are dangerous. But yes, of course, we have to control our fat to be healthy. Otherwise, there are lots of diseases nowadays coming with like your diabetes or stress and cardiovascular diseases, your atherosclerosis, and many things. So I'm not going to discuss all those diseases here, but in the nutshell, I should say that we have to exercise to not store the fat so that we can be at least one component will be fulfilled for to be towards the healthiness. Now, health related components of the fitness again, if you see here, cardiovascular. So, I'm not going to again the detail in the same thing. What should you link with the cardiovascular fitness here? The stamina, endurance, and aerobic fitness. So, what frequency and intensity of training would you expect to perform to improve cardiovascular fitness? This is another important part. To improve your cardiovascular fitness, you should choose an activity in which your body has to work continuously. For example, long period of time like jogging and swimming. Because see, nowadays we are very busy in our life and lots of things are there to fulfill. But the thing is that we are forgetting about our fitness. We are not focusing on that part, and we are running behind the job. We are running behind the task. We are running behind our issues. But what about our body? Now, one thing I'll tell you, the problem, what we think here that we are fit. And in that aspects, we are not focusing at all on our fitness, or it's just like I'm talking about the swimming or jogging or any other sports activities or daily life activities. We are doing servicing for our car very periodically, right? We have to check the kilometers. This 10,000 kilometers has drive the car. After that, we have to go for the servicing or 3 months or 6 months. So here we have the fear that no, if I'll not do my servicing of the car, it may fail the engine, it may fail the brake, so that my life is on the danger. But what about your servicing of your body? How many times you do servicing for yourself? Have you ever think about that? How many of we, including me, I'm also talking because as though although I'm doing exercises every day, but still I have to take that note on me also. So how many times we are doing the servicing for our body? Not very rarely. We are waiting for the symptoms, we are waiting for the signs, we are sitting waiting for the pain. If some pain will come, if some symptoms and sign will come of any illness, then we will go for the doctors, we will go for the checkup, we will go for the routine checkup. But why? Why are we waiting for those symptoms and signs and illness? So, my dear friends, it's a very important that we must do servicing of our body every day. That is the best option. At least in a week, 5 days we must exercise. That is what is the servicing for our body. In return, we are taking everything. We are utilizing actually. We are using our body, we are using our muscles, we are using our brain, we are using our all the systems, including your cardiovascular, your musculoskeletal, your neurological, your every part. But in return, the body demands only one thing, like energy. Energy, we are taking the food, yes, of course, but with the same time, muscles demand, musculoskeletal system demands, and other neurological system demands to release the stress, to make the flexibility, to relieve all the waste products inside, so that the body will be refreshed, your muscles will be refreshed, your muscles will be flexible, your brain will focus, and we will ultimately release the stress by stretching and strengthening our muscles, which will lead towards the fitness. And I will show you how this is very important to exercise every day in the form of your physical fitness, being healthy, and including all the tasks of your cardiovascular fitness, musculoskeletal fitness, and all the systems like neurological, intestinal, and other all the systems. See here, work level should be maintained for 30 minutes and should be repeated 3 times a week or whatever. The heart rate maximum should be 50 to 60 max. But this is what, if you see the research is saying 30 minutes of the activities one day. I'm talking one day of 30 minutes activity will change your all the chemical reaction, and all the positive hormones will release from the brain, which will lead towards your happiness and healthiness. So my dear friends, we must understand the value of nowadays the COVID. The very big example is COVID, and we are talking about the immunity, we are talking about the immune system, we are talking about the antibodies, how to fight with this COVID. But actually, if you see, most of the people suffering old age, or the person who all are living the sedentary life. If you are not exercising, your immune system is drastically going down. That is the value of exercise. That is the value of your flexibility. That is the value of your strength in the life. That if we are active, we are exercising, we are stretching ourselves, we are strengthening ourselves. So that stretching and strengthening is not only for the muscles, it's basically our focus is to train your brain, train your immunity, to train your all the organs so that we can be boost our immunity to fight against the attack on our body. Not from outside, it's from inside as well, to fight with the diseases, to fight with the illness. So come to the point of the flexibility. Flexibility refers to the range of motion in our medical term, but what is the effect of this stretching and flexibility is can be improved by stretching the muscles and tendon and by extending the ligaments and supporting tissues beyond their normal range of motion. So most of the people thinking that stretching is just simple to get the range of motion. Not only that, if you go for the type, there are three types: static stretching. I'll not go in detail because it's a very basic thing for our physios, but in the normal people, yes, they should know the value of that. So static stretching, a limb beyond its normal and the position is held for the 10 second or 20 second. It depends on the tolerance. The active dynamic stretching, extending the joint beyond its normal limit and rhythmically over the period of 20 seconds. Passive stretching, this is one of the very important factor where joint flexibility is improved by external force caused by a partner or coach who move the limb to its end position and keep there for the few seconds. So passive stretching is very important because once we are doing active stretching, we cannot reach towards the goal, whatever the target range, because once you start feeling pain, you will stop there. But with the passive stretching you are doing, you can go beyond the normal, whatever the available range is there. So after that flexibility, what will happen will show. The benefits of stretching now, this is very important part I am going to discuss for our healthiness, for your fitness, and for your well-beingness. So stretching has multiple benefit for the both your body and your mind. Remember here, I'm focusing on the body and mind. So mind, how the stretching getting, we are getting benefited by stretching for our mind. Here, it's important again. We have to focus on this part like mind because it release your stress, and I will share in other slides as well. So incorporating stretching in your daily routine allow muscles to be well circulated and ultimately healthier. So it's a one part that the circulation is increased, temperature is increased, nutrition demands is increasing, flexibility will increase. But not only that, what else benefits are there? So the flexibility, stretching improves flexibility, right? This is one. The more you stress, the more you move your muscles and the more flexible you become. You get more flexibility. But what else? What else? The posture, the stretching is also beneficial to improve your posture. Definitely, if you see the people are sitting in poor posture, working on computer, not taking care of ergonomical posture, what will happen? They have neck pain, back pain, and other issues. Postural malalignment, injury prevention. The more you prepare your muscles for the any exercise movement. So before exercise, we must stretch, we must keep in our daily life. Once you start your day, before that, you must stretch your muscles so that you are ready to take your task to ready, you are ready to take your challenges in your daily life. You are ready to complete your task or fulfill your demand of your social, mental, and environmental well-being. That your muscles will be together, moving together to with you to complete the task. So when your muscles are warm and stressed, movement becomes more easier. We feel like the fluid like which helps to prevent the injury. It's like giving you energy and power to move, to perform your agility and other tasks. So we must understand this thing. Now, the other heading, stretching decreases the pain. This is very important. And for me, I'll tell this is very, very important tool for the treatment of the patients, whether the muscle spasm is there, stiffness is there, PIVD is there. I am treating the PIVD also with the stretching and TheraBand as I'm using that is a different part. But the most important is your pain. It relieves lots of pain by stretching, and which is the really very important part of our rehabilitation or your management or your treatment protocol. And we never focus on those area. We just start applying the hot pack, cold pack, and whatever the modalities. So before applying, before using your techniques, just once try to stretch your muscles for the patient or yourself, and after that you see the result. No need to say from my side that no, this is the best. But if you are going to apply on your own body, yes, you will understand the value of the stretching. Definitely. So it's my request to all of you, whoever is listening me or who is going to listen me in future. So you just apply on your own body, stretch yourself, and see the result. Immediate result. That is immediate result. You don't have to wait for the like we are taking the pills and we will wait that after 2 hours or 3 hours we will see the effect. No, this is the immediate effect. Immediate within 10 minutes, you will see the changes. You stretch and see like that. That is what we rehabilitate the patients, we correct the we cure the patients, immediate results. Being a sports physio, you don't have patience and time to wait for hours. Immediately you must give the result to the patients or the players, whoever is your patient. We must see. So just apply on your own body and you will see the result as well. Increased nutrition and reduce soreness. Yes, of course. Most people know the stretching increases the blood supply, as we were discussing about, and it gives the nutrition as well to fulfill your energy demands and increase the blood circulation. And the soreness, yes, of course, the soreness is happening. Suppose you are very living the sedentary life and suddenly you started activities, so the soreness will develop. So in that case, once you are going to stretch your muscles, immediately it will reduce your pain. Soreness is what? It's a post-exercisal induced. It's two things like exercise induced soreness or delayed onset of muscle soreness. So in both terms, both conditions, we are stretching and immediately there is relief from the pain and from the stiffness and from the like reduction of the joints, and it will increase your flexibility. Benefit of stretching for the mind. Yes, my dear friends, this is very, very important portion I am going to discuss. For what we are here today, because the people are thinking like I'm talking about the stretching only and strengthening, which we are master of that. No, actually, so stretching provides your mind with a mental break. Remember the mental break, it allows you to recharge and refresh the blood flow throughout your body and resulting in a calmer and more peaceful mindset. So this is very, very important part of my lecture. My focus is to reduce your stress, to reduce your depression, to reduce your pain, to reduce your migraine, to reduce your headache. All these conditions will be relieved by just simple stretching because we ignore it actually. And for me, if you ask me practically, in each and every conditions, whatever the pain, whatever the conditions, which kind of patient is coming to me, my first priority is to stress the patients, and definitely you will not believe there is very tremendous result. It's wow, wonderful. Like it's like patients are saying that you did some magic You are a magical man, you are a magical doctor, these lots of every day. So it's like we become habitual to get the compliment from the patients, every patients. We are not a magical man, but yes, we do the best in the root level. So try to correct the root level problems, then the result will be coming out immediately. This is what the benefit of the stretching. People are coming with the complaint of migraine, headache, stress, tension, stress, and they will release immediately. They will say, "Wow, I didn't took any pill, but yes, before I was taking tramadol, before I was taking this pills for the migraine, for the stress, for this, but immediately you release. Release the tension. Many individuals carry stress in their muscles, and when feeling overwhelmed, muscles tighten, acting as a defensive strategy. So, what we do here, the more you stress, the less tense muscles will be, and stretching is very effective form of stress management. So most of the people are now stressed. They don't have job, they stressed. They don't have salary, stressed. They have some personal issues, stressed. They have some physical issues, stressed. So every steps of the life fulfill of the stress. So to be stress free, to be tension free, stretch your muscles, stretch your brain, I will say. Yes, of course, you should stretch your brain. So it's like quite awkward, but yes, you can stretch your brain as well by stretching your muscles. So once you stretch your muscles, it will definitely stretch your brain as well, and it will release and relieve both. It will release the tension and stress, and it will relieve from the stress, so that you will be stress free and tension free, and your mind will be more calm and cool. So this is very important portion of my lecture, to come here with the concept of stretching and strengthening. Definitely, strengthening is also one of the very important tool of our life, but stretching is important before strengthening, so that we can complete the task of our life and stress-free life as well. Increase energy, because stretching allow for an increased blood and nutrition, as we discussed before. So it refresh your fuel, and also your energy level will be increased, resulting in an improved a sense of invigoration. So this is what your energy demand will be refreshed, and you will feel fresh. Why stretching is important now? Stretching keeps the muscle flexible, strong, and healthy, and we need that flexibility to maintain a range of motion in the joints. If you are talking about the joints, definitely we stretch, like post fracture stiffness or any other conditions are there, we are stretching. But apart from that, the muscles shorten and become tight, and then what happened, the muscles become sore, muscles activity is reduced, and the muscles become weak, muscles are not performing well, and it's ultimately giving you pain in the joint, in the muscles, and you completely feel that my muscles are not coping up with our task. So we must increase the flexibility, so that we can fulfill our demands of the body or your brain. So this is the importance of your stretching is. Now strength. Come to the strength. Strength can be defined the ability of a muscles or muscle group to apply force and overcome resistance. We discuss. So here we have three different types of strength training, like static or isometric. The force we know that applied in a non-movement object, and after that we have dynamic or isotonic, in which the movement of the muscles joint against the moving object, and the explosive, which involves all athletic strength, going like quick movement and all. These are the strength. I'm not going in detail about the definition, but yes, of course, we will go for the benefits of the strengthening. So skeletal muscle is extremely adaptable to the stresses placed on it. Yes, once we strengthen, so before strengthening, you must stretch your muscles. And what we will find in visible signs is like increase in the muscle size, Yes, of course, an ability to lift the heavy objects, but it will not take place in one day or one week. We have to have patience. Slowly, gradually, we have to increase our flexibility and strength activity so that we can increase. What happened within the muscles for these changes to occur? Yes, of course, there is changes in the form of both neural and muscles component. It increased the motor unit recruitment and improve the synchronization of motor unit discharge. So if you see the muscles protein, that is actin and myosin, these filaments to a periphery of each myofibril and increase the resistance recruitment. So that way the muscles get strengthened by strengthening activities, exercises, increase in the protein synthesis, decrease in protein degradation, and overall increase in protein balance. More cross bridges for the force productions, more force when muscles contract. Muscles adapt differently based on the type of overload placed on them and specifically the training regimen to elicit the desired adaptation. So basically, in overall, if I'll say here, the flexibility and strengthening is important to make you stand, to make you walk, to make you perform your task, without which you cannot walk, you cannot move out, you cannot perform your goal, you cannot perform your job, you cannot perform your like treatment of the patient being a physio. So, what is the value of this flexibility and strengthening? You have to understand, and you know you are facing the challenges. Of course, each and everyone is facing the challenges because I know how many of you are exercising every day. That is also one of the challenge. We must spare the time for ourselves rather than giving the time to someone else, right? So 30 minutes for your fitness is very very important. If you are sparing 30 minutes, you will be more healthier and fit. Overload principles muscles above and beyond what it is accustomed to, and it will be adopting the overload. It may be like resistance, repetitions or sets, and contraction velocity. So we have to understand gradually we have to increase the weight or resistance towards the more power and endurance and reputations. It depend on the availability of the resistance to the patient and which kind of training you are going to design and which kind of cases you are handling with. Accordingly, you have to design your overload protocols. Specificity of the training, yes, training should be like overload the system or muscle type. It's depend again like your energy system and muscle fibers and which kind of sports training you are going to do for the particular your sports personal. Like for shot put thrower, the training will be different. For the runners, training will be different. Weightlifters, the training will be different. Wrestlers, so all the sports having their own specific protocol for the training. But yes, overall flexibility is for everyone. Stress free, to be stress free, it's for every sports personnel. It's not like the wrestler don't want to be stress free. Yes, everyone want to be stress free. So that is what. So muscles fiber type, we already well aware about that. But yes, we must understand that what is the role of fast twitch fibers and slow twitch fibers. So in if you see the fast twitch fibers, anaerobic capacity is more there, and type 2A muscles fibers versus type 2B, and fatigue easily. That is the like advantage and disadvantage of both type of fibers. So in the fast twitch fibers, the fatigue, it's get fatigue very easily. That's why they are in this kind of sports, the people are not going for the long term. It's a very short term, is like a sprinter and all. Slow twitch fibers, it's mitochondria density is more here, and it's getting time to fatigue. So it's not getting fatigue very easily. The sustains long distance sports, in this kind of category we have the slow twitch fibers. So here the fibers, muscle fibers types and the performance, yes, genetics and specifically training and fiber conversion. So power equal to force into the velocity. We know that if the you are training the more muscles, you increase the power and you increase the velocity, the hypertrophy of the fibers will take place, and that way the muscle strength is getting increased. So the concentric, eccentric and static, we know all those, like how it work on the muscles and how it give the add the value to our strengthening portion, to gain the more power, to gain more energy, to gain more endurance to perform your tasks. Mode of resistance training, we are well aware about that. So here we have isometric, in which the tension is internal by contraction of your muscles, where there is no any changes in your muscles length. The length is the same, and the tension we are generating from the inner contraction of the muscles. Isotonic, where the gravity, inertia, and the mass, the weight is not going to change at all in the isotonic kind of training, where the same weight or gravity or inertia will be applicable throughout the range of motion. And isokinetic is like same speed. We are not going to change the speed here throughout the workout. And elastic, this is some unique training mode of training which I use as a form of TheraBand. Being a trainer, I train the muscles, and I train the a whole body with around 250 exercises with single TheraBand. And in this, we apply the external forces, external tension to give the forces to fulfill the strengthening training mode and demand of the muscles. And the important importance of this elastic band is you can generate whatever the amount of resistance you want to generate. So here, as per your capacity of the muscles, you can generate the resistance. You want to 10 gram, yes, you can generate the 10 gram. You want to generate the 25 kg, you can generate the 25 kg with one single band, as per your capacity, as per your demand. It's not like fixed in the dumbbells or in the weight cups. We have the same mode fixed, like 5 kg means 5 kg. If your muscles demand is 4 kg, 300, 200, 250 grams, like that, so you cannot change, you don't have any option. But in TheraBand, elastic resistance band, yes, we have that option that we can produce the resistance whatever the capacity of the muscles and demand. So this is something unique and special training modes. I'm not discussing here with only TheraBand, so we'll discuss some in some other lecture as well about the TheraBand and importance of that TheraBand training and practical session as well. So here the static and isometric, these are some examples: rugby and scrum, tug of war, wrestling, dynamic, isotonic, weightlifting and high jump and all. Fatigue. The muscular fatigue is caused by decreases in the pH brought about by buildup of lactic acid, yes, which is very important. And lactic acid buildup due to lack of your O2 to oxygen, yes, and the buffer hydrogen ion resulting from glycolysis. And these hydrogen ion combined with the pyruvate to form the lactic acid. And here our muscles get fatigued and feel tired and feel pain. This is what happens once you are not stretching, or you are not adding the stretching in your warm up and cool down activities. So it leads towards your fatigue, it leads toward your tiredness of the muscles and exhausted muscles. Once you stretch your muscles properly before and after your workout, you will never feel the fatigue. That is the value of your stretching. Again, I am telling, to wash out your lactic acid. So once you want to be feel fresh, energized, muscle soreness free, DOMS free even, then you must stretch. So what is DOMS? Delayed onset of muscle soreness. Minute tear in the muscle tissue, of course, it takes place and it leads for the acute inflammation, alteration in the cells and calcium regulation, osmotic pressure changes, retention of the fluid taking place, and muscle spasm is taking place, or in the combination of any of the above, which leads for the DOMS. After your sudden workout, you are not prepare your muscles, you have not stretched your muscles, your sudden lifting some weight or working out, and suddenly next day or within 24 to 48 hours you will feel you will feel that there is muscle soreness and you are not able to move your muscles, or you once you are moving there is lots of pain is there. That is the complaint of the patient. So once you start your rehabilitation with the patient, you must explain in advance that yes, once you will start exercising, the DOMS will develop, and which is very common and protective mechanism of the muscles or body. This is what the adaptation to the strength training, like neural adaptations, first 8 to 12 weeks, it takes time. So always be sure that your patient should not feel that after 1 week of strengthening training, you are not feeling any changes. It takes time for the chronic changes. Acute changes, yes, definitely. So this is again one important topic and matter of discussion, that acute changes and chronic changes, or acute adaptation and chronic adaptation while strength training. It is another vast topic. I will not go in detail about, but yes, we must know that once you exercise, immediately you feel some changes, that is acute. But in chronic changes, you must wait for 8 to 12 weeks, then only you will feel that yes, something is happening in my body, my muscles bulk is good, my power has increased, and my weight lifting or carrying capacity is increasing slowly. So that is called your adaptations for the long term and neural changing. So learn movement and motor learning, increase the coordination, increase motor unit recruitment, and increase coordination of motor unit, of course, and neuromuscular inhibition, that is Golgi tendon organ and muscle spindles. We know about that. And muscular adaptations, your muscle fibers in the changing form of like your bulk and increase in the size, hypertrophy. So your fibers is getting hypertrophied and you will feel the changes in the your muscles, whatever the target muscles you have, directly proportional to the volume of the overload. Yes, of course, your volume is depend on your resistance and maximum number of repetitions, and increase in the number, that is also one hyperplasia. But again, it's if you designed your protocol for your strength training and flexibility, you must look in all those factors and how many days you are going to train. It's again depend on the desired goal and targeted personality or population, whether the elder population you are targeting or sports person or sedentary life population. So it depends accordingly, you have to design and supply. Body composition refers to the proportion of the lean body mass and the body fat, as we know. And muscular endurance, this is the quality that enable a person to sustain localized muscle group activity for the extended period of time. So here again, if you're talking about the body composition, we must control our fats and foods and nutrition. Again, it's a very vast topic. I will not go in detail about in that, but yes, we have to maintain the proper BMI so that we should be healthy, and we should guide our patients as well who are carrying the heavy weight, overweight, diabetic patients, and other obese patients as well. So we have to just counsel them so that they should understand the value of those body composition and your muscular endurance as well. Skill related components of the fitness, if you'll see here, the agility already I have defined is that, and in the games, this is a very important factor. In coordination is defined as the mixing. Again, I have already like defined as before only, but yes, it can includes. We know that high hand-eye coordination in catching a ball, or eye to foot coordination while walking, and the patients suffering with some neurological conditions and Alzheimer's and Parkinson disease. So these tasks for the rehabilitation we must take care of, and we must focus on that. Reaction time, the time required to respond to the given stimulus, an example where the fast reaction time. So as you know, like what is the value of that reaction time for the sprinter? If we miss, then it's gone. So that fraction of second is also important. And the power, the ability to produce the strength performance quickly, of course, it's important. The combination of strength and speed leads to the power, so that we can demand or fulfill the criteria. And the speed also, it's a important component for the healthiness and our fitness. Balance, yes, of course. If you don't have balance, you cannot do anything. The ability of equilibrium of the body, yes. So here, overall, why I'm talking about all these small and very neglected, I can say, like because we studied in our bachelors, and after that we are not focusing on these things. Just we are focusing to just treat the patient and just relieve. But yes, if you think in detail about all these small points, it gives lots of conclusive protocol, so that we can get more benefit for the patient's rehabilitation. So there are two types of balance: static and dynamic. And definitely, while treating the patient, while rehabilitating the patient, we are focusing on those portion: static and dynamic, both. Factors affecting the fitness. Yes, again, this is important. Your fitness can be affected by the following factors, some of which are out of your control. Yes, of course, age. You cannot control your age. You cannot stop your aging. Yes, but you can delay the aging. That is what we can do. So you are usually at your fittest in your 20s, and the more you use, the fitter you are. So from your 30s onwards, fitness falls because muscles get weaker, bones get lighter, joint get stiffer, your movement getting decreased, and your fat is increasing, your other activities are increasing, and exercise and aging. So what is the relation between your exercise age and aging? 7 to 8% of adults regularly exercising vigorously, depends. Like, see, the 7 to 8% only. 30 to 36% of the adults regular low intensity exercises lower than the recommended. Exercise incidence typically reduce with your age. So more than half of the individual who begin regular exercises program quit within the 6 months. So within this first 6 months, they are stopping their exercises, and they are not continuing the exercises. This is the very sad things to share, but yes, this is the practically correct, that people are not exercising. So 7 to 8% of the adults only exercise regularly. So where we fall, it depends on us, whether you are falling in 7 to 8 percent of the group, or 30 to 36% of group, or beyond that. So we must understand the functional capacity peaks between 20 and 30 years of the age and decreases with advancing the years. Active people show 25% of higher functional capacity at any age over sedentary counterparts. So it's very clear that once you are exercising, it means your immunity, your power, your stamina, your endurance, your positivity, your psychological condition, your mental status, your degenerative changes, your bone density, your overall musculoskeletal conditions, or your overall well-being, mental health, and social well-being will be best, and you will be more healthier, and you can fight with, whether it's a corona, covid, or any other diseases which all are going to attack on our body, being like they are making, we are from inside weak because of the lack of all these activities or exercise, because your immune system will boost once you exercise, as I told you in the very beginning. And again, I am telling, to fight with any disease, any conditions, any illness, we must exercise. That is the only solution we can do from our side. so that we can boost your energy, we can boost your immune system, we can boost our fighting capacity towards any infection or bacterial infection or attack from any viruses. So physical capacity will decline with the age, but older people can still improve once you exercise. You so there is no like limitation. No, this is my age. Most of the people are thinking that I'm now 40 years old, 50 years old. What is the use of exercises? It's not really sad to say. And in younger age, I am still young, 20s. How to why to exercise? So both things are very sad to hear, because there is no any age to exercise, there is no any limitation of the exercise. You can start at any age, at any time, anywhere. So exercise and be fit and be healthy. So your muscular strength peaks between 20 to 30 and decline approximately 30% by the age of 70. So this uh, 30% you can delay it. You will never let it go for the 30% if you exercise every day or in a week at least 5 days. Due to reduced muscle mass likely and actual loss of the fibers, muscles are still trainable, decrease the muscles protein loss, gains in strength percentage in elderly are similar to those in the young. It depend on your higher like activities of daily living and exercises increase and maintain the flexibility. Thank you so much. So this is what my talk on the flexibility and importance of strengthening and stretching in your daily life and or in sports. So this is something interesting. I hope you enjoyed and liked this talk. Any questions? Yes. So I hope that so this is what today's topic, and thank you so much to HCFP entire team, Dr. Mudgil and his team, and the entire organizing team who all are there to take the pain and time, managing their time still in this condition. So thank you so much once again, and it's really pleasure of mine to share the few things with you people, and we'll keep learning together. Thank you so much. Any questions are there?